High-intensity interval exercise has been shown to improve brain function in older adults for up to 5 years. This groundbreaking discovery comes from a longitudinal study conducted by researchers at the University of Queensland. The study reveals that just 6 months of high-intensity interval training can significantly boost cognition in healthy older adults, with the benefits lasting for years. This finding is particularly important as it offers a simple yet effective intervention to combat cognitive decline associated with aging. The study was led by Emeritus Professor Perry Bartlett and Dr. Daniel Blackmore from the Queensland Brain Institute at the University of Queensland. They collaborated with Honorary Professor Stefan Rieck and the School of Human Movement and Nutrition Sciences. The research team aimed to explore the long-term effects of high-intensity interval exercise on brain function in older adults. 6 months of high-intensity interval training is enough to flick the switch, said Emeritus Professor Bartlett. This study is the first controlled investigation to demonstrate that exercise can boost cognition in healthy older adults, rather than merely delaying cognitive decline. The study involved a large cohort of healthy volunteers aged between 65 and 85 years. These participants engaged in a 6-month exercise program that included 3 different exercise intensities: low, medium, and high. The low-intensity exercises focused on motor function, balance, and stretching. Medium-intensity exercises involved brisk walking on a treadmill. The high-intensity interval exercises consisted of 4 cycles of running on a treadmill at near maximum exertion. Participants underwent biomarker and cognition testing, as well as high-resolution brain scans, both during and after the exercise program. The researchers followed up with the participants 5 years later to assess the long-term effects. The results were astounding. Even 5 years after completing the 6-month high-intensity interval exercise program, participants still exhibited improved cognition. This was true even for those who had not maintained their exercise routines. We followed up with them 5 years after the program, and incredibly, they still had improved cognition, said Emeritus Professor Bartlett. This finding is particularly significant given that aging is one of the biggest risk factors for dementia, a condition affecting nearly 500,000 Australians. The researchers discovered that high-intensity interval exercise led to structural and connectivity changes in the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for learning and memory. On high-resolution MRI scans of that group, we saw structural and connectivity changes in the hippocampus, said Dr. Blackmore. Additionally, the study found changes in blood biomarkers that correlated with cognitive improvements. These biomarkers could potentially serve as predictive tools for assessing the effectiveness of exercise in improving brain function. The study's preclinical work had already shown that exercise could activate stem cells and increase neuron production in the hippocampus, thereby enhancing cognition. The implications of this research are far-reaching. If a simple intervention like high-intensity interval exercise can keep people cognitively healthier for longer, it could significantly reduce the personal, economic, and social costs associated with dementia. If we can change the trajectory of aging and keep people cognitively healthier for longer with a simple intervention like exercise, we can potentially save our community from enormous costs, said Emeritus Professor Bartlett. This finding could inform exercise guidelines for older adults and potentially be incorporated into aged care programs. The research team is now looking into genetic factors that may influence an individual's response to exercise. We are now looking at the genetic factors that may regulate a person's response to exercise, said Dr. Blackmore. Further research is also needed to explore the use of biomarkers as diagnostic tools for exercise effectiveness. The study has opened new avenues for understanding how different types of exercise can be optimized to benefit older adults. The research was published in Aging and Disease and continues to receive support from the Stafford Fox Medical Research Foundation.